What's going on, guys? It's Steve. I'm absolutely disgusted. Absolutely positively disgusted. A lot of you guys wanted me to talk about this. Draymond Green just went beyond disrespect. Now, before I even start, I would just like to say Paul Pierce probably said something to Draymond Green from the bench, or at least someone did, and he thought it was Pierce, because I doubt Draymond would just start talking trash to someone that's on the bench, not even in the game. However, you don't disrespect an NBA legend, a Hall of Famer, in Paul Pierce, okay? This guy, well, first of all, Draymond Green came out and he said, he pretty much was screaming to Paul Pierce, oh, you chasing that, that farewell tour, you think you Kobe or something? He's talking mad disrespectful, saying, oh, the fans don't love you and this and that. This guy, man, you don't disrespect someone that paved the way for you in some form or another. There's a possibility that Paul Pierce, let's say Draymond Green growing up loved the Lakers. I don't know which team he liked, but let's say he loved the Lakers. Okay? There have been times where the Lakers have battled the Boston Celtics. Okay? So that impacted his love for basketball. So in a way, Paul Pierce paved the way for him. And now let's continue to go on. Paul Pierce is a top 10 small forward in NBA history. Draymond Green isn't even top 50 at his position in NBA history at this point in his career. There's no excuse for talking trash. I understand it would be different if it were like a star caliber player. Like, let's say it was like a LeBron or a Melo or a KD or a Kobe, like a top tier star screaming at Paul Pierce on the bench, you ain't shit, you get out of here, whatever. That's fine. I understand both are greats, that's different. But when you're a relative scrub compared to Paul Pierce, you have no grounds to speak. Paul Pierce, yeah, his career averages went down to around 19 points per game, but if you take out the last 5 years of his post-prime era, which kind of hindered, can hurt your legacy a little if you play too long, which I think he kind of did. He should have just retired after Boston. If you look at that post-prime era for Paul Pierce, if you take that out, the dude averages nearly 23 points per game for his career. 23, 5, and 5. This guy is an absolute beast. He's an absolute beast. And, the crazy thing is, it's like, well, by the way, that comeback from Paul Pierce was absolutely legendary. He stayed quiet during the game, but afterwards on Twitter, he got him good. He was like, 3-1 lead, but it's still no chip. Oops. That was really funny. But at the same time, it's like Draymond Green, you have to show some respect, okay? Like, you guys know, and a lot of you guys are the same way. I grew up hating Paul Pierce. I hated him, but I respected him. There's a difference. You can hate someone but respect them at the same time. I hated him because he was so freaking good at basketball. It pissed me off. People say, I was reading some of the comments on the NBA official YouTube channel video and NBA The Jump and First Take and things like that, and they were saying, things along the line of, oh, he needs to show respect because at one point in time, Paul Pierce was going neck and neck with Kobe and LeBron. He wasn't just going neck to neck with them. He was absolutely embarrassing them. He dropped 40 so many times on my man LeBron. He dropped 40 on Kobe. He dropped 40 on T-Mac. He dropped 40 on Melo. 40 on D-Wade. Those are some of the greatest players ever, and he dropped 40 on them, beating them, winning a championship, numerous all-star appearances. This guy is a definite first ballot Hall of Famer. You just don't go out there and disrespect someone to the likes of a Paul Pierce. You don't disrespect him. And God, man, that tweet, 73 wins, and he thought he was going to win the title that year, and then he had like the smiley faces, 3-1 lead, oops. Greatest comeback ever. Just stay quiet, stay true to yourself, and just do your thing. Last time I checked, Draymond Green is not a 10-time All-Star. Last time I checked, Draymond Green wasn't a Finals MVP. He wasn't the best player on the best team last time I checked. Last time I checked, Draymond Green only won the NBA championship because Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love got injured, and then they choked a 3-1 lead when they were healthy. Last time I checked, Draymond Green isn't a four-time All-NBA player. Last time I freaking checked, Draymond Green never averaged 26 points per game. He never averaged 27 points per game. He never averaged 25 points per game. 25, 26, 23, 22, 20, 21, 27. Those are Paul Pierce's numbers. 26, 7, and 4, 26, 7, and 3, 23, 6, and 7, 23, 7, and 5, 22, 6, and 4. Paul Pierce, for his career, averages 20 points per... It's not 19, excuse me. It's 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, and nearly 4 assists. 26 and 4. Absolutely legendary first ballot Hall of Famer. Draymond Green. Let's talk about my man Draymond Green. Is he the best player on the best team? No. Is he close to being the best player on the best team? No. Is he highly overrated? Hell yeah. Yeah, he can impact the game on every level, but he ain't no best player on the best team type player. Let's look at his career averages for a second. Okay, let's look at his career averages. And by the way, for people saying, oh, he's only played 5 years, that actually helps him because the less years you play at a high level, the higher your stats should be. But anyway, these are his career averages. So remember, Paul Pierce's was 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Draymond moving green screen. 9 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. This guy is supposed to be one of the best all-around players in the NBA at this point in time. But he only averages 9 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. What was Paul Pierce's averages again? 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. So 1 less rebound and the same exact assist, but 11 more points per game for his career? Last time Draymond Green never averaged 27 points per game. I mean, they're just so uncomparable that Draymond Green has no grounds to talk garbage. And the most ironic, hypocritical thing I ever heard from Draymond Green was like, no grown man who has a kid should be worrying about what another man is doing. So what if KD came? If a CEO from Google went to CEO of Apple, would anyone care? Okay, first of all, the CEOs aren't in the spotlight, but that's not the point. The point is, you said no grown man with a child should be paying attention to what another grown man is doing. So if that is the case, why the hell are you worried about Paul Pierce's farewell tour? Why are you worried about his farewell tour? If this is the case like you say it is, why does his farewell tour impact you in any way possible? That doesn't make sense. So either you're lying, you're studying Paul Pierce, or you're being a hypocrite. It has to be at least one or two of the three. So that doesn't make sense. You don't disrespect an NBA legend. You don't. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't like Paul Pierce whatsoever. I grew up hating him. He would embarrass LeBron day in and day out. He would beat the Cavaliers day in and day out. Remember Dream Week? Who were the star players that played in Dream Week? Was it LeBron, Kobe, and Wade? Was it LeBron, Kobe, and Melo? Was it LeBron, Kobe, and Shaq? Was it LeBron, Kobe, and Dirk? LeBron, Kobe, and Timmy? LeBron, Kobe, and Chris Paul? LeBron, Kobe, and Darren Williams? Or was it LeBron, Kobe, and Paul Pierce? Which one was it? It was actually Kobe, LeBron, and Pierce. It was in that order. I'm talking about Dream Week from Madison Square Garden in 2009. They need to do that again, by the way. Oh, that was the best. Ooh, growing up, seeing Kobe drop 61, and then going to see LeBron drop 50 with the triple-double, but then they took the rebound away and gave it to Ben Wallace, and then Paul Pierce came and did his thing. Oh, my goodness. That was one of the best weeks ever. You can't disrespect. This is what I don't like sometimes. People get too high on their high horse just because their team is successful. But my question is, would you still be talking trash if your team was losing? If Draymond Green didn't have Stephen Curry, and you guys know how I feel about Stephen Curry, he's not overrated, not anymore, thank goodness. Now I agree with where people rank him and we're in the top 5. I agree with that. But when people were saying best in the world, there's a king out there in Akron, and there's someone in New York City. Like I was saying, if Draymond Green didn't have Stephen Curry or Klay Thompson for the past few years and add Kevin Durant to the mix, he would be absolutely, positively irrelevant. You know what's crazy? He would actually probably be not even in the NBA. Yeah, that's so true. You got this. This is something that most people don't understand. Most people don't understand that every single NBA player, for the most part, you know, people like to clown Jose Calderon and Ricky Rubio, but Jose was a beast in his younger years. But anyway, every NBA player, for the most part, can be a all-star caliber player. And that's just a fact. Any player is good enough because they're all good. They're in the NBA for a freaking reason, okay? They've made it to that level for a reason. If they're in the right situation, if you swap out, let me see who I can pick. Zach Randolph in his prime for Draymond Green right now, Zach Randolph would be an all-star. I mean, Zach Randolph was already way better than Draymond was ever, but you know what I mean. Okay, if you put in, let's say, Trevor Ariza, or let me see, an Anderson Varejao or Anthony Parker in Draymond's situation. I know they're different positions, but just hear me out. They would be in the spotlight just like him. You know, that's just the way it works. But some people don't realize how fortunate they are. You don't. Absolutely, positively never disrespect an NBA legend like that. I hate Paul Pierce, and so do so many other NBA fans on this planet, because he did nothing but embarrass our favorite teams for over a decade. Literally. That's how good Paul Pierce was. And it's so sad that someone that has attention like Draymond Green disrespects him. And I'm glad Paul Pierce stayed quiet during the game, because he didn't have to say anything. I mean, Draymond Green doesn't even come close to what Paul Pierce was, even out of his prime. Okay? I'm going to list his prime years in order from 1998-99 to 2011-2012, the stat line. His rookie year, 16.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists. His sophomore season, 19.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Absolutely incredible. Next year, 25, 6, and 3. 26, 7, and 3. 26, 7, and 4. 23, 7, and 5. 22, 6, and 4. 27, 7, and 5. 25, 6, and 4. Oh my. 20, 5, and 5. 21, 6, and 4. 18, 4, and 3. 19, 5, and 4. 5 and 3, excuse me. 19, 5, and 5. And then his last, his last sort of prime year, it's 18.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And that's his last almost prime year. And this is what this man was doing. Absolutely killing the league. Last time I checked, Draymond Green never even averaged over 20 points per game. I don't even think he ever averaged over 10 points per game. You know, like, this is how disrespectful some people are. You know, he's too out of line, man. He needs a freaking reality check. Excuse me, this season, last year he averaged 14, but he needs a reality check. And who the hell averages 10 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, and they're considered an all-star? What the hell is this? You know, if you compare him to Paul Pierce, LeBron, Melo, Wade, Kobe, let me see, Dirk, Timmy, Bosh, let's see who else, Tony Parker, even Chris Paul, Darren Williams in their prime, he doesn't compare to any of the greatest players of the last 2 decades. He's not even in conversation. I'm sorry, but that's the damn truth. He's a great defensive player, but that doesn't give him the right, you know, to disrespect Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce has 8 more playoff appearances. Draymond Green has never even made All-NBA. He made All-Defense. It's not All-NBA. And Draymond only won the NBA championship because Kyrie and Kevin Love got injured. And the proof to that is the Cavaliers came back from a 3-1 deficit. And I don't want to hear the bullshit. Oh, Draymond was injured. He was injured for 1 game. They still have 2 games to come back. Okay? And on top of that, I would just like to, say this. He never averaged 25, 6, and 3 like someone did in New York City. Anyway, guys, this has been Steve. I'm out. Peace.